an offense has really been clicking the past 6 weeks. You're averaging about 29 points a game. What have you seen as the difference?
It's the same thing we said 2 months ago. It's blocking, it's throwing, catching, all those things, execution. We've just been executing better. And even early in the year when we weren't doing as well, we stuck to it. This season is a season of perseverance, and sometimes you reap the rewards later on. So really, it's a week-to-week basis. It's a week-to-week challenge, and I think that our guys have really been standing up on offense, and we've been executing better than we had earlier.
Joe Flacco specifically, 8 touchdowns, 2 picks in the last 6 games. Is he? What have you seen different from him, or that maybe he's just getting more time?
Well, when I first came here last year, I said, is Joe cool? And he doesn't really go up. He doesn't go down. He kind of stays very steady. And I think that's an attribute that allows him to survive the ups and downs. I mean, this league, this season, there's always going to be times when you wish you would have played better, times that you do play well. I would just say that the ability to keep coming back to the drawing board every day, in practice, in the meeting rooms, to continue to perfect the timing with the receivers, with the tight ends, perfect the running game, do all those things and be able to just survive that is why he's the way he is, and why we're moving the ball offensively and why we've been scoring lately.
Ben, so there's talk of January Joe and those kinds of things and how he plays his best late in the season. For you guys in the locker room, is there any confidence in that he is somebody that tends to play his best in big moments, that helps you guys as a whole offensively?
Well, again, it's December. And I don't think anybody in our locker room is looking toward January right now. We understand what we have at hand. We understand that we have a good opponent coming in here on Sunday. And we understand that we have to perform every day in practice and throughout the week in order to accomplish any goals that we want. And so I don't think – look, I haven't been around here long enough to see January Joe other than from afar. And I know January Joe is going to be awesome. But I do know that as an offense and as a team, we have to do our best every day in practice. We've been saying that from the very beginning. I remember back in training camp, it was, everybody had speculation about what was going to happen this season. And as a player, you understand that you narrow your focus down to these smaller increments. And you don't look at the wide picture. You look at the narrow picture and do the best you can with each day that you have. And so for him and for the rest of us, it's going to be about executing today.
Ben, in your career, have you or how many of these win and you're in games have you been a part of? And what do you take that, as far as those experiences, how do you take that into this week and share with your teammates and advice and stuff?
I've been around a lot of different scenarios over the course of my career. Sometimes the last game you're playing because it's your job and you have pride as a player, even though you're not going to go to the postseason. Sometimes I've been on teams where we've already known that we're going to be in, but still as a player you come out, you want to perform. For us, the last, I would say, 4 or 5 weeks, it's kind of been that winning you're in mentality. We understand that coming down to the end of the season, that's kind of how the league draws it up, especially with division games in the end. We understand that it's important for us to win every single week, especially in December, late in the year. So this is not, although this is the next opponent, and this is the most important game right now for us this season, that's kind of the mode we've been in, understanding the urgency of the right now.
Ben, I mean, you've been doing this a long time yourself. Does that allow you a sort of particular appreciation for the level Suggs has played out this year?
I appreciate Suggs because I've tried to block him, for a decade and a half now. And it's always been difficult. So I appreciate him just because as a player playing against him so many times, he's always the guy that you got to circle. He's the guy you got to chip. When you're a tight end, he's the guy that they want to help you, get the tackle back to help the tight end if you can. He's a guy that you have to be aware of all the time. I mean, offensive coordinators have to scheme up ways to neutralize him. And so now being on his team and being able to sit and watch him on the big screen, I'm happy. So I do have great respect for him, though. The level that he's played at for a very long time is not easy in this league. And when you look at injuries, when you look at all the things that happen to football players over the course of their career, and to still be able to come out here every day and still be able to play at a very high level on Sundays, you garner respect simply because of that. And so I'm happy to, again, take the field with him.
And for someone who, with an Achilles,
yeah.
Same, I mean, how tough is it to, as to regain that explosion?
It's tough. It's a tribute to his I guess, perseverance, his willingness to work hard. A lot of times you see players that are very good at their craft, and sometimes people assume, this guy, he was blessed with that. And, of course, we're all blessed with certain abilities. But with that comes a work ethic. And I think that his work ethic permeates the team, especially the young guys on defense. They watch everything. Young guys come into the league and they watch guys like him and see how he works off the field, how he studies. One thing I didn't know as much about him is the fact, as much as he studies, you look at his notebook, he's got things written down, he's memorized things. You know, this game is physical, but it's also very mental. And so, you know, having had an Achilles myself, I can, you know, I'm in the Achilles brotherhood, and I can kind of relate to some of the stuff he's gone through.
Benjamin, what goes through the mind of players when you see the forecast with temperatures in the single digits, you know, for a game? Is that something you guys think about?
Oh, yeah, we think about it. If anybody tells you they don't think about it, they're lying. They're trying to be the tough football player. We definitely think about it. But I tell you, it's one of those things where you know what it's going to be this time of year. You know how to put on all the Vaseline under here and, you know, on your legs and sit on the heated bench when you can and put the coat on, try to keep as much heat in as possible. There's all these tricks of the trade that we have to do. You definitely have to plan more when you know it's going to be cold. But at the end of it, you go out and you play. Everybody has to deal with it that's out there. You know, and it's just one of those things late in the year. If you want to play late in the year, if you want to go into the postseason, unless you're a dome team with home field advantage, you know it's going to be cold, and it's something that we all have to deal with.
And a few minutes ago, Joe talked about how the